this shit back.
You pop it off.
All right. Welcome to another episode of Inside the Mind of a Blerd. It is I, Prince Issue of the Blood Miss, aka Prince A Lawal, aka the Niger Prince, aka just Abe. You feel me? You do not hear Steve's voice at the moment. He is with us though, because this is my segment now. I told y'all months ago that I was taking over this podcast, and lo and behold, it's happening. That being said,
liar.
That being said, yo, welcome to another episode, and we are pleased to announce that this series is continuing. This is the third segment of our series, and we get to interview the creators of GodPunch. That is Pat Thomas and Ayinde Hall. First off, of course, Steve, introduce yourself, let the people know what's good, and then we'll toss it over to Pat and Yin.
I'm Scuba Steve, one of the hosts of Inside the Mind of a Blerd, but that's not why y'all here. Y'all here for TeamGodPunch, so I'm gonna keep it short and let them go ahead and introduce themselves.
Yes, sir. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Pat, aka the Gumbo Goon, aka GodPunch Pat, aka the chosen and honored one, as y'all hear me talk all the time on the TL. It's a pleasure to be amongst family.
Yes, sir.
And my name is Ayende Hall, aka Yin Designs, aka KokujinKreates, aka the illustrator for just about all the best series out right now. So I'm just saying, we got GodPunch, we got Blade Titans, we got some other stuff that we can't even talk about yet. So
we on the real you got a real presidential voice. You sound like you'll sell the hell out of a carburetor, boy.
Hey, yo, like I said earlier before in the pre-show, I guess I'll call it, is I did my research, and shout out to Blaname Podcast. Y'all helped me prep my questions properly the right way. I was legit at work, just legit like 6 hours, first 6 hours of my shift. I'm just listening, taking notes. I'm like, all right, this is what they discussed. Oh, okay. They mentioned something like, oh, okay, that's something I would definitely want to, if they don't touch upon in the future, that's stuff I'm definitely going to ask them, especially now since when y'all first recorded, that was back in what, like, that was before the pandemic. That was maybe late 2018 or early 2019 when you first started?
2018, it had to be 2019.
It was 2019 in
summer 2019, I want to say, because that was the same weekend we went to that Trap Anime and Brunch.
Right?
Okay.
June?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, like I said, shout out to Blaname Podcast, Mike and Sine. Y'all really held it down. Y'all really helped us with our prep work. That being said, we will be joined later by our another co-host of Inside the Mind of a Blerd, AyeAlpha. He'll be joining us later. But we're just going to get it rolling. And so, one of the first questions I want to ask, and honestly, I'm just the type of person to jump into it, is I wanted to be transparent and to talk about a topic that Patrick, you mentioned in your first interview, and something that you constantly mention too, because it's important to you. And I know there's another question for Yin too. So Pat, in the previous interviews, you mentioned the impact of your faith on your work. Just to kind of set the table, you incorporate the archangels into your story, and for me, that's one of the things I like the most as a person who just loves to tell stories, who loves to write and whatnot, and who just consumes a lot. I love religious representation in the sense of like the four horsemen, the angels, revelations, the seven deadly sins, stuff like that. Anytime there's media like that, I'm going to turn to it. I'm gonna be like, oh, let me go peep, bet. They got the archangels in this, and you ain't gotta say nothing but a word. On top of that, being black owned, I'm like, oh, I gotta support the people. You feel me? And at the time, I thought Ayinde was Nigeria, so I was like, oh, well, we got a Nigerian brother on this show too. You ain't gotta say nothing but a word. So yeah, continue with my question is, you incorporate your faith into your work. So how much of an impact does that have on you? How has your faith guided how has your faith guided you into manifesting GodPunch, into manifesting the brand that you continue to build up, and also impacting the other projects connected to the brand. Because again, GodPunch isn't the only thing,
Right.
but
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
currently seems to be like the umbrella, and then you
Yeah.
have the segments. So I just want to know how the faith has impacted that, and as well as your relationships, your business relationships, your partnerships and stuff like that to build everything.
So as far as my faith is concerned, bro, it's really kind of helped me to keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like doing what we do, you know what I'm saying? Like, to become aspiring mangaka and then like establish a brand, you know what I'm saying, and get it out there. Like, yeah, it's fun, you know what I'm saying? We have a lot of good memories and so, a lot of dope adventures and a lot of stories that we have. But man, a lot of times it's really discouraging, you know what I'm saying? We being transparent enough. There are a lot of times when, you know what I'm saying, I thought that, we couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times I felt like giving up. But talk to Ayinde, talk to the rest of the team, you know what I'm saying, and just, praying on it and just keeping my faith, you know what I'm saying? That's allowed, me to persevere, to just keep on going, keep on creating content, keep on putting content out there, keep on traveling to these different conventions, meet these different podcasters, so that's really how my faith has helped me out. It's allowed me to persevere. And man, as far as like the different relationships, it's crazy because like we've encountered so many people who just want to help us with the project off the strength. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, y'all ain't got to pay me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need nothing from y'all. Like, we see something, you know what I'm saying, in the project, and like, we want to support that. We want to be a part of that. We want to do what we can to make it successful. And so that right there, you know what I'm saying, it just kind of, lets me know that like, all right, what we're doing, is God ordained. You know what I'm saying? Like we were here to do this for a reason, because so many people just keep on pushing us forward, and so it just kind of helps me out with keeping the faith in the project, keeping the faith in the brand, and just keep on keeping on.
I feel that for sure. It's I'm a man of faith myself, and so it's always really dope to hear other people of faith speak about how it has helped shape them, how it's helped guide them,
Yeah.
and especially with something this dope like this. I mean, again, given the current like political climate, the socioeconomic climate, Black-owned entities such as this, especially the media that we all here are fans of, anime, manga, comics, stuff like that, for you guys to really get that going. And I know it was something that you started prior to the pandemic, something you always had under wraps, because I think you mentioned before in a previous interview, for about 3 years you was working on GodPunch before you revealed it. And then when you got it finally going, to then just see it really boom. Like it's really dope. It's really dope. I know, Steve, you had a question for Yin.
Yes, sir. Yin. So obviously, Pat, he approached you on, like, hey, man, take a leap of faith with me type thing. I know I've heard the interviews and things like that. So, how's that impacted your life in general? Like just going forward with life, just taking a leap of faith and things like that.
I think it honestly kind of helped me just not be too, I guess, worried about the future and stuff, and just kind of take things one day at a time. I guess when I was in college, you're about to graduate, and like the first thing you think of is like, what am I going to do when I get out of college? And taking the leap of faith was a big step, a big decision. So since then, it's been just upwards from there in terms of actually seeing things come to fruition. I mean, you just kind of have to believe in projects and believe in yourself that you can get stuff done. And I mean, shoot, that first year for us was huge, getting that chapter out and how much support we gained. So yeah, I mean, just now, like it is overwhelming at sometimes, just because like we're extremely ambitious and we have so many projects we want to work on and so many things we want to do. It does get a little overwhelming. You're like thinking like, oh my God, I got all this stuff I'm trying to do at the same time. Can I really get it done? But at the end of the day, like we see the progress, right? So that's really what keeps me going. I mean, it keeps me and Pat going. I mean, we talk about this all the time. Like Pat will hit me up, be like, "You really think we can do this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man. You've seen the progress. You see the progress.
Yeah.
You see the fruits of
Man,
our
I
labor."
seen the
Like,
way the books sold out. I didn't even get to get one. I was like, dang.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
I'm so glad I got my pre-order in, boy. I'm so glad.
Talk to me after this, Steve. I think I might have one in the pot for you. I might have.
yeah, we might be able to do a little something.
We make them adjustments for family.
Hey,
Everybody.
hey. The only adjustment I want is, I just want mine to be autographed by both of y'all. You feel me? That's all I want. I want both your autographs on my copy.
We spent all day Saturday, bro, just going over inventory, autographing books. You know what I'm saying? So like the books are autographed, they signed. We sending them out this week. You know what I'm saying? So everybody be on the lookout for your GodPunch book for like a week or two.
That. And
you change y'all signatures up.
I feel right, man.
Oh yeah, word. Has your signature changed from beginning to look?
I got the P right. We gonna take it one minute.
So what's funny is about the signature thing. So my signature has basically stayed the same, just because I've been used to signing stuff, being an artist, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we sign in books. This is like the first time we signed books, right? And I signed my name, and Pat's like, "Bro, your signature is real nice." I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, it's just a signature to me. I don't really see it as anything crazy." Pat, go ahead and sign, and he'd be like, "Bro, my signature is trash."
The thing is, like, he got the same signature with every book. Y'all got 3 signatures from me, dog. From chapter 1, 2, and 3. I'm gonna keep on practicing until we get it right.
Pat, I can't even clown you because all right. Fun fact, a little insight into Abe. My current signature, the basis of it is similar to my mom's, because back in elementary school when I used to forge her signature, so I just naturally, like, when it came time, "Oh, what's your signature?" I was just like,
my mom.
And I was like, "Oh, this kind of look like my mom." So I need to revamp my signature too, though.
I'm like, all right. Yeah, that's not a bad
idea. Bro, I ain't never signed nothing, so if they ever ask me for my signature, they're gonna get my name in cursive. Like, they gonna get
that's how you start. That's how you start.
They gonna get the cool shit.
Before I used to forge my dad's signature because his was just his initials. Until people were like, "You sure that's your dad?" Like, they were like, "Hey, can we talk to your dad?" And I was like, "Oh crap! All right, they see my mom's signature. Let me imitate that one because that looks more like a signature rather than initials." So my current, I can't even clown you, Pat. I need to revamp my signature for real.
We in here together, then, bro.
I need to find me something that fits me. You feel me? Because honestly, whenever I sign something, it never looks the same. No 2 signatures for me look the same. It's like, all right, one looks like, all right, carefully, and another one look like this nigga just scribbled across.
He ain't even mad at me for experimenting with different signatures on their books. What is this shit, Pat?
As long as I got something signed, I'm
I'll
be worth something.
Yeah,
so I'm like, as long as you sign it.
I'm saying. So just I did want to ask some fun questions. So Pat, as a writer, I need to know, who are your top 5 writers of all time?
Ooh, top 5 all time. Are we talking just fiction, or we
across all media? Your top 5.
I would say in no order. Of course, Ichiro Oda, because I know how I'm One Piece. I love George R.R. Martin, what he did with Game of Thrones. Who else? A lot of mine are mangaka, but of course my guy Yoshihiro Togashi. I love me some Togashi. That 3 right there. Who else we got? What's shorty? I can't remember her name. Who wrote Harry Potter? Oh God.
Oh, J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling. Oh God. From what I see on social media, she's such a terrible.
Yeah. She went outside, yo.
Yeah, she went outside, bro. Before she was going outside, like, I really did enjoy her work.
She should have just stayed quiet and ate her food.
And after that, man, after what I just read in Tokyo Ghoul, man, definitely Ishida. After that, that's right there, dog.
Yo, the work that Ishida did into tapping into the mentality of a person, the psyche of his characters.
And the internal battle.
Oh yeah, phenomenal.
That was 10 out of 10.
Well done. Well done. So I'm gonna flip the question to you, Yen, except I'm gonna twist it a little bit. As an artist, name your top 5 artists across all media.
Oh, dang. Oh, that's tough because I've been exposed to so many different mediums of art. Like it's tough to like actually choose a top 5 just across every type of art. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna try. Okay, so I'm gonna throw.
Start naming Ninja Turtles, dog.
So I'm gonna throw Yusuke Murata in there. That's one of my favorite manga artists.
Okay.
You know, that One Punch Man just it's different. It's different.
It's fine.
And I'm gonna throw. Y'all know Alex Ross, right? Comic books.
Yes. Yes.
Style is just iconic. Like
yes.
Yeah. You just know it's him. Probably. Oh, I gotta have Kubo in there. That's like that's somebody who like actually influenced my style like early on. So gotta have him in my top 5.
Kubo definitely knew how to do some drip, though.
Oh yeah.
Boys,
character designs, bro.
Bad bleach drip the hell out.
Yeah.
But what he did with the spotter was ridiculous.
Right?
Yeah, that spotter was dripped out. For sure.
See, and I'm bad with painter names. Otherwise, I'll throw some painters up in there. Like,
Hello, nigga, Michelangelo, you know.
Claude Monet.
Okay, well, I mean, Monet is cool.
I just love abstract art, so he's my favorite artist.
Okay,
yeah. I love his works.
I like Monet, but because we did like we had to basically copy works of Monet, I'm kind of like, I feel like it's a little overrated to me, just because I've been exposed to his art so much.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Like I've seen a million of his paintings. I've painted some of his paintings, like, you know, doing masterwork copies and stuff. So I'm kind of like, he's great. Love Monet, but
okay, so
not in my top 5.
You say something that you just said had me thinking, and so feel free to not answer because this could put you probably in some legal waters. Okay. But you did say that you used to imitate Monet's art. So you telling me you got a little plug into some art forgery?
No. So when
you're not skilled like that, I'm just
So in college, my art course, you know, well, this is like pretty much any art course you take in college. They do you do a lot of copies of masters. So they'll be like, you know, you do a small study of a Monet painting, you know, trying to paint the apples or whatever in the same kind of brushstroke style and stuff, to just teach you the different styles, you know, so that you can eventually find your own style of painting. Of course, I was originally going to be a painter, and I don't have the patience for painting. I'm just not. That's not me. In fact, when I was in school, I used to get some like low key hate from my peers because we would have like, you know, 2 weeks to do a painting or something, and I would wait till the last day and just paint the whole thing in 8 hours and still get a good grade on it, because that's just the way that I like to work. I don't like to work a little bit at a time. You know, you do 2 hours. You're supposed to let that layer dry and come back on top. I'm like, nah, I just paint the whole painting in 8 hours and I'm done. That's it. That's just the way I like to work. So
feel different.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, for sure.
according to my teacher, it's not, you're not supposed to do that, but I still got a good grade. So
I would say I was in art, and I know for a fact, like that shit is painting was like one of the things I hated. Like I fucking hated painting. So for you to do that shit like in a quick 8-hour sitting.
Oh yeah, no, I know them was big hating, dog. Big hating.
I would have been. I knew I would have been salty as fuck.
I was like it took me 3 weeks to get this.
My final painting for abstract painting, I painted in a about an 8-hour period, and I got an A on it. So
Okay.
now like it's a great,
a little
it's actually
flex,
a
a little
painting.
flex.
It's
Okay.
a little
Big
flex. I
flex.
got like an A- because the quality of the paint work was not probably the best. It is a little like thin for what it should have been, but
Why you don't
like,
let me see
it was the
art? You don't let me?
Why
you don't let me see your art? You don't let me?
you ain't seen that one?
Nah, you don't let me.
I have to grab it
Find
out
out
of
different
storage.
stuff about you on interviews every time we come.
You seen the painting that's hanging up in the living room though.
You
I
want to
did
tell
that. I
him?
did that one.
You want to tell him Master P your uncle now?
You know what?
I
He's not.
was about to say, Master P, your uncle.
Master P is definitely his uncle.
No, he's not.
Let me hear you say,
Yo, actually, low key. Now I leaded me to my other question. Okay. I always like this question because me and Steve have been on interviews on other podcasts anime lately, and we talked about our relationship as partners and as friends as we build up inside the mind of a Blerd together. So, for sake of transparency, because that's how we do things over here,
Right.
gang. Can you guys, either one of you, share some of the trials that you faced in your personal relationship as you were maneuvering, building up GodPunch, building up your brand, and just the whole process? Because, like I said, y'all, people need to listen to previous interviews you guys have done. The amount of legwork you two have put in your team, and the amount of growth that has occurred. Not everything runs smoothly.
Right.
For the public, what we see is like, oh, okay, they doing good stuff. Like, hey, they must have it easy. Everything is just clicking. But we realistically know that behind the scenes, there's some, sometimes stuff happens,
Yeah.
So can you share with us, whether specific examples or in general, any pitfalls you two have faced in your relationship together, and how have you been able to maneuver that? Because I feel like that's just good advice for people who get involved with each other, especially, again, like Steve mentioned before, for Yin, this was a whole leap of faith. Like, they didn't have the funds to really pay you like that, and you had to make the decision of like, is it about the money, or do I value this project and I believe in this vision? And you went with the latter. So yeah, what were some pitfalls possibly that you could share with us?
Well, for me personally, it's definitely more so on like the financial side of trying to like work on a project essentially without the amount of funds that you really need to do a project of that scale. You know what I'm saying? But on the flip side, it's like, I was looking for jobs coming out of college, and in the field that I was looking in, they're always like, oh, you need this amount of experience, this many years of experience. Or if it's a graphic design job, they want you to do 7 different jobs that they should really give to 7 different people. It's not, graphic design is not an umbrella term, but that's the way that it's used in business, so of course, none of them trying to pay well either, for the amount of work that they're asking for. I'm like, you know what? I've always wanted to do comics. I've always wanted to write stories and stuff. Why not just jump on this opportunity and see where it goes, But yeah, I mean, for the most part, that's probably the biggest thing for me, was just trying to balance like, hey, I need to make money, but at the same time, I want to see this project come to life. So I had to take commissions on the side. I don't take commissions anymore right now. We're just too busy for that. And I mean, stuff is happening now to where I really think we won't need to worry about funds anymore. But yeah, I was taking a lot of commissions, just like, hey, I'm doing these $20 pencil sketches or whatever. Or, I'll do a logo, I'll do somebody's banner,
And portraits too.
Yeah, portraits, just taking any kind of commission job that was up my alley, that did not require as much effort as like doing a really big project or anything like that. And I that was enough for a while. But again, you get back to working on GodPunch or the project, and you're like, the amount of time that I need to put in here, like I can't be doing a ton of commissions. So if we want to get it out, you got to kind of make sacrifices here and there. And yeah, that's why I don't take commissions anymore currently, because we're just too busy. But it's paid off now. I mean, we're in a position where I don't think I will ever probably need to take commissions ever again, you know.
So. Man, them blessings, boy.
I'm about to say, I see the little sort of flexes.
Hey, yo, we love
that. Hey, NDA.
We love that. We love that. That's good. That's growth. That speaks to the progress. Hey, Alpha. I know you wanna say something.
Well, let me. Yeah. When was the last time you streamed your action? Like, so the last time I checked in on you when you were streaming on Twitch.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking of trying to get back into that soon, just because I'm like, I in fact recently I was just thinking about it. I was like, I have an affiliate, you know, I'm an affiliate on Twitch, but I'm not really taking advantage of that. Like, I could be making extra money just streaming art on the side. So I'm gonna try and get back into that. The only problem I had recently was like trying not to stream anything that was spoilery.
Okay.
So I've been trying to like figure out when the next time I can like actually show stuff, because I was for a while I had streamed I think the first few pages of Blade Titans on Twitch, and then right after that I was like, we getting in the spoiler territory. I don't really
I was like,
this type of stuff. So but I may get back in like when we start working on GodPunch Chapter 4. You know, doing sketches and stuff like that. So
you know, yeah, I think the last time you streamed was like last year, like late October.
It
was GodPunch Chapter 3 and Blade Titans.
Yeah. I had actually just started doing Blade Titans, so it had to be like during the summer when I stopped streaming.
When he was working for their Summer Jump contest.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember you guys had mentioned that previously, how you guys were really trying to get that entry in, but with the short timetable, you did about 55 to 60 pages, but inking it was just like that was going to be a miracle. You know, you low-key needed the art angles to come down and be like, yo, don't worry, Pat and you, we gonna
touch his hands fun.
Yeah, we gonna these hands, they gonna make it through. I mean, that would have been crazy if you guys were able to do it, but hey, y'all, I just love the work ethic that you guys have, and the way that you guys were able to just really grow this whole brand, you know. Me coming in kind of late to the scene, I came in and already, you know, GodPunch 1 and 2 had dropped, but just seeing the continued growth from then on, since I guess I would say since October, just seeing how you guys have continued to grow the brand publicity wise. I mean, yeah, you got the merch store going on and the streetwear. I'm not sure how much of details you could share with that, but that to me is so dope, you know, to have streetwear inspired by the work that you guys are creating. It's just like, yo, like I can't wait.
Before I knew that how Teespring worked, I swear I was like on Teespring, I looked at the merch and I was gonna get the you got the purple joint, the purple long sleeve joint, but I got on Facebook and then it was like GodPunch shirt. I was like, yo, what the fuck? I was like, when did they get advertisement over here? But I don't know if it was because I was on Teespring or if y'all actually had bought advertisement from Facebook. But I was like, yo,
I was your FBI agent in your phone.
You said what?
That was your FBI agent in your phone.
Bro, I swear I was scrolling on Facebook and I was like, yo, what the fuck? And then when I was on Instagram, it did it again. So I was like, okay, they just seen me on Teespring looking at the shit. And they just put the advertisement.
They'd be like, hey, we saw you looking at that shit.
I saw you want to spend money here, but you left. You sure you don't want to spend it here?
For real. They'd be like, hey, you left that in your car. You want to come back and
let me see
spend that money?
I'm going to advertise it in 4 different colors. Maybe I like this one.
Because y'all had like a baby blue and purple joint that I was about to grab. That's the one I'm about to grab, but I didn't have it.
Oh, I mean, hold on. For the viewers, let me show
yes,
the Sylvia, the doctor,
man, with the matching do-rag.
Oh, of course, I got to get the silky, you know. Yo, normally I got the bonnet on. I decided, like, for the time being on podcasts and recordings, y'all not gonna see my hair as I continue to grow it out and get it done. So you're gonna either see me with a silky or a bonnet. You know, I'm waiting for the GodPunch bonnet to come out because I need a Sylvia one. For sure.
Gotcha.
You know, like because I copped this. I think it was either around Christmas or Thanksgiving.
I think you
probably Thanksgiving. I think we had a sale going on. Yeah.
So I hopped on and I was just like, all right, you know, at the time I heard of GodPunch. I haven't read anything yet, and I was like, Harpo, who that woman? She fine with that afro. I'm like, oh, I gotta wear her. So I just said, oh, they got blue. I'll rock with blue. I could definitely make that work. So I copped it.
How does the shirt feel, brother?
Oh, it felt good.
How about that quality?
The quality that y'all, this John breathes. It breathes, yo. I ain't never had a problem. And it just so happened.
Shoulders looking big, you know what I'm saying?
People always ask me, hey, if you work out, it's just like this natural, baby.
Yeah, this natural. Yeah.
Y'all don't want to see me after I be in the gym because then y'all be like, hey.
Must be nice, motherfucker.
It's that Nigerian food, boy. That Nigerian people, you know, my parents, they made sure I was well fed. And it just so happened that before I copped the shirt, I had just bought the shoes. I had bought some Reeboks. You know, it's hard for me to find shoes my size because I wear size 15. So, you know, I got to head over to Marshalls and Ross to catch them on the sale, the clearance rack. And so I just happened to buy these. And so when I was like, dang, I got nothing to go with this. And then I saw this and I was like, perfect, the whole colorway. Because you remember the picture. Yid was like, hey, you match it with the shoes and the shirt.
Boy, you out here open casket clean, boy.
You know, I gotta show out. I gotta rep y'all proudly. You know, people are like, oh, who that? I'm like, yo, look, you know, black people doing it big now, right? You don't need to read and only subscribe to the white art. We got black people doing it themselves. They representing us. So head over to TeamGodPunch, go see what's popping, yo.
I got a question as well. As a fellow New Yorker, how was y'all experience in New York when I came out?
Man,
we
was up to no good as soon as we hit the city, dog. Some of the stuff we got into, we got to talk about that off air. But man,
we can do that.
Dog.
I know we were supposed to do an interview on my old podcast before, but the studio fucked it up.
Because we had the whole team out there.
Yeah, that would have been the first interview you had the whole team. I was ready for it.
We really did enjoy it, bro. Most of us all touched down like that Thursday night. Rest of the team got there like the next day, early that morning. And man, the city just really showed a lot of love, bro. Like we stayed in Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying, we went to like a bunch of, you know what I'm saying, like a bunch of native food spots out there, you know, we just kind of really walked around just to kind of appreciate the culture, you know what I'm saying? Because like it was the first time that our entire team had got together, like to even meet in person, you know? Yeah. A lot of people, you know, we met from social media, you know, just adding to me. So it was the first time we all got to come together as a brotherhood, you know what I'm saying, as a group. And so we were just really enjoying one another's company, man. So like we were in a new city, we were all together, you know what I'm saying? We was out there handling business because, you know, we was out there to meet with biz media. And so, man, we really did have a time of our lives. But we actually planning a trip back to New York in November.
A word, so
we trying to come out there for about a week now. Cause I need more than a couple of days. I need about a week. There's more stuff I want to do.
Gotta bring you to the Bronx.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Being rolled for where's the saying? Gotta bring you to the Bronx.
Yo,
Alpha, you stay out in the Bronx?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Bet.
That's fine, brother. You bring me out there to you, bro, man. You show me a good time.
So it's some of that good Caribbean food.
I need you. See, you talk my language.
Boy, hold on. Don't make me go from Cali back to Jersey so I can show him that the Caribbean spots. Don't play with me. Jersey got Caribbean spots.
I'm just saying,
boy,
like,
New York better not start trying to stunt out here.
Right now, he got the good Caribbean food.
Yo, well, brother, all we did out there was eat, dog. Like, we were like, when we were out in the city, you know what I'm saying? Like, we would just fucking stuff ourselves with food, bro. We catch the train back to Brooklyn. As soon as we get off, bro, it's like, damn, I'm hungry again. Well, time to hit the bodega. And like
It's open.
that was every day, bro. Every day.
Them the bodegas, the
That's
food
a
trucks, man, the halal food.
Yeah. We was hitting them too.
Man.
Because they had the halal food truck set up right in front of the convention because we went to Anime NYC. So as soon as we finished our meeting with Biz Media, we walked outside. We was like, ooh, what is okay? Come, I'm about to give you money, sir.
Yo, it be like that.
See, I ain't never been nowhere. I wouldn't know how to act.
Oh man, we gonna have to get you traveling. Yeah, we gonna get you traveling.
Bro, my first time getting on the plane was when I went to basic training in the Army. That was my first time.
Yeah.
27 years old, first time leaving.
That's
Texas.
all right. That's all right. we gonna get you out there on the trips. We're gonna get your toes wet. Get you on some beach.
I mean, I'm low key planning to probably fly down to Texas end of the month, depending. If not end of the month, I'm definitely gonna head out there in September.
Okay, what part?
Up there. I'm thinking Dallas because I know I got folks out there in Dallas. I also got folks in Houston.
Yeah, Blaname out there in Dallas.
Yeah, but I also know a lot of y'all from the podcast community are in Dallas. So I'm like, yo, I might as well pull up on Steve and be like, yo, Steve, show me around.
Yeah.
You know, we got people out there like Tim and them. You know, definitely pull up. And,
by the time you get out there, I'll definitely be there. I'll be in the new house.
Hey, so bet say that.
Yeah.
We gonna have a house party when I pull up. We gonna have a house party. Say less.
Don't say nothing. You
can't
do
myself.
Yeah.
First week of June, I should be out there. Matter of fact, I want to try to make it a DreamCon. If not, I still pull up because my brother's in Houston.
We definitely in DreamCon head first.
Oh yeah. So that's where I get to meet Rayleigh at. I'll meet Rayleigh in DreamCon.
Well, you finna see me on that liquor.
Oh yeah, bro. I'm gonna have my flask full of Remy. You know how I get down on the Remy.
My man said a flask.
A red cup.
I'm gonna have it right there in DreamCon.
Something no good.
Red cup all day.
They changed the dates, correct?
Yeah, it's in July now.
Yeah, July, I think 23rd to 24th.
23rd.
Yep.
The original dates, I was like, dang, I can't go because I'm gonna be at a bachelor party. Then I heard they moved it back, but that time tickets were sold out, and it's like, dang, I'm gonna be at a wedding. It's like, so they don't want me to go to DreamCon, basically. So.
That's all right. Next year though.
Yeah, because I've never been to an actual physical. I've never physically been to a convention before. So I was really, I was, as much as an anime nerd I didn't really know people like that nearby who was like, yo, let's go to a convention. I'm not about to pull up to one solo. I don't know these people. I don't do that. So
you got to go to another one first, because if your first experience is DreamCon, none of your other experiences is gonna be like that. DreamCon is gonna set the bar to a different standard as far as the different shit that they got. They got dodgeball tournaments, Nerf gun tournament, all sorts of weird other shit that they don't be having at other cons like that. So, because when I went to this one con in Temple after going to DreamCon, that shit was not the same, bro. It was not the same. So I would say go to another one first and then kind of get your feet wet and then go to DreamCon and see how the different ways is, because your stamps
go do Comic-Con, because Comic-Con is a whole different animal.
Them too.
Yeah, you
know. If you could try Anime NYC, that's that's decent enough.
Yeah, I mean, it gives me a chance to travel back east, travel back home. I mean, look.
Anime NYC was dope. We had fun. I led a Naruto run, with the whole convention.
Oh, word.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'll participate in that, but I'll watch it. I'll watch it.
So after we had finished meeting with Disney, we ran into Black Girls Anime. Shout out to Eunice and the gang. So we ran into Black Girls Anime, and they had their speaker or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And so the Naruto opened at 16. The counter boom, the silhouette, it started playing, and so it's like, Pat, hit the run. I was like, all right, bet. So I started hitting the run, and I slowed down because I didn't think nobody was behind me. Bro, the whole convention was behind me, dog. It was like when Naruto had led everybody into the battle. You know what I'm saying?
Tell me you got a photo of that. or a
Dog, ain't
video.
nobody get no picture. Somebody got a picture, but it's somebody I don't know.
Oh man.
Boy, I was hitting that hole in my brunch boots and my trench coat, boy. Like I was really out there looking like a character, dog. Like we hit that hole.
He was on his Braveheart shit, like, yo, I'm about to lead this army to war, and everybody was like, yes, sir.
Bro, I
yes,
was Jon
sir.
Snow, dog. I was Jon Snow. That was me.
Yeah, that's dope. That's legit dope. But
So I want to ask a question before we get into another serious topic. What's y'all one of y'all top 5 soundtracks in anime?
We talking just like one song?
Go first.
You talking just one song, or just
top 5 anime soundtracks?
Like openings or just OST?
OST.
The Power to Resist, Dragon Ball Super. Bleach got a lot of them, but obviously number one, Bleach, Ichigo's theme. I would say Strongest Strike in Naruto. Three Towers in One Piece, and Legend of the Martial Artist in Hunter x Hunter.
You sure that Hunter x Hunter love Abe?
You know, that's my top 3 all time, baby. Ain't going nowhere.
Abe be hating on it. I ain't gonna say nothing.
What you mean?
I ain't gonna say nothing.
Boy, did you not see the merch I cop, dog? You go say it. I'm a hater.
I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna tell nobody else. Yeah, what's up with your top 5 soundtrack? Oh, OST.
Okay, so this is in no particular order because I don't know if I could actually like rank them off the top of my head, but Blood Blockade Battlefront has one of the greatest OSTs of all time. Like ridiculous. So gotta have them up in there.
I don't feel like BBB get enough love, man.
It really doesn't. It really doesn't.
Don't, because after they finished that second season, that's when they started working on Bungo Stray Dogs.
Right. That has a good OST too.
Yeah, Bungo Stray Dogs. Bongos don't miss with the OST though.
Yeah.
I love Bungo Stray Dogs. So,
Bungo is that.
That's the next collection I'm gonna start for sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So Blood Blockade Battlefront in there. Gotta have Samurai Champloo. That's OG. Probably Cowboy Bebop, just because I love jazz and like jazz OSTs. They don't miss for me. Probably got to put Bleach in there.
Of course.
I love probably like 90% of all of the Bleach OST. Number 5. Ooh. That's tough. I'm trying to think because there's like certain anime that have like songs that I'll actually go to YouTube and like play.
But not the whole OST.
Maybe not the whole OST, but like, oh, you know what? I really liked Fire Force's OST.
Let's go.
That all them orchestral themes and stuff was like hidden.
Okay.
Yo, real talk, low key, because you mentioned Bleach. And I know y'all both are big fans of not only Bleach in all types of form, but you even mentioned, you love her Kubo as a artist, honestly, my all-time favorite OST does come from Bleach. As much as, I don't consider myself a stan. I love the series and whatnot. I do, but I don't really be hyping it up like that. But on the precipice of defeat, I'm playing it right now. Don't play. I will have that under this recording when we drop the audio version. I will have it playing throughout most of it because it's just when that song comes on, shit's about to go down.
For me, that Tensa Zangetsu theme, that's me. I promise the sword. I promise the sword will pop up on my shoulder right then.
I feel you on that.
I think for me, and I think I've posted this before. but this honestly, I think this OST debuted in one of the Bleach movies, and then it was actually added to the anime. And it's Cometh the Hour, where and it's like a full orchestral theme. And I think my favorite moment when it shows up is when is during the Fullbring arc. It's the end of the Fullbring arc, when the captains all show up at the same time to come bring Ichigo his powers back, and they start playing that. Yeah, them horns.
Them horns,
yeah.
Yeah. I feel you on that 100.
I get hyped every time I hear it.
I feel you 100 on that for sure, for sure. Oh man, yeah, I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna add all three of the OS. It's just while we talk, people gonna be like, hold on, what's that playing in the background? Let me just put the copyright disclaimer in there right now, because I ain't trying to get nobody into legal trouble. We do not own the rights to this music. It is just we are fans. So while you hear us talk, you have some tunes in the background. You know, that's how we avoid legal trouble out here.
Yeah.
I mean, I do enjoy that Giono's theme too. You know.
It was this cat I saw on YouTube. He would like pull up and like play random things. So he played like the Giono's theme. I think like Times Square or something.
Man, you saw the one with the three chicks playing the saxophone.
Ooh, yeah, send me that link after this.
They was jamming, bro.
Yo,
I saw that.
They all had saxophones. They started dancing with them. They was jamming.
Yo.
Yeah, I'll find that link for you, bro.
Okay.
That mug was nice. But you want to go to the next section before Alpha get here? So we got the art of storytelling section is where we're gonna go to. Okay, he unmuted himself. I was about to say, man, he muted himself. I thought you was doing something.
Oh no.
Shit.
Boy, hey, look. At the end of the day, go ahead. You got it.
I know this is your segment. I don't want to be stepping on toes, my nigga. All right. So we do the art of storytelling. I don't know how you wanted to transition to that, but I'm gonna ask the first question. And my question actually is, okay, the guy put a ranking. I'll show you. Okay, what's y'all top 3 influences for y'all storytelling, Pat?
As far as storytelling goes, let's see. Probably my favorite mangaka, man. Oda, Togashi. And I probably throw Isayu in there. He's the manhwa for Tower God. And of course, you know what I'm saying, you can't forget about Isayama with what he just did with Attack on Titan. Cannot forget that the 10 out of 10 that man just gave us. You know. But yeah, I would say those 3, man. They just really they all have captivating stories, and you know, you just never know what you're gonna get. You know what I'm saying? You kind of always on the edge of your seat, and when you think it's going one way, you just go somewhere totally left. You know, and so that's what I appreciate about those guys.
I love twists and turns, man.
Twists, turns, plot twists, all that.
So same question to you, Yin, but on the art side, what are your top 3 influences art-wise?
Definitely Kubo. Like, I mean, we already established that. In fact, Kubo was so big of an influence that I actually like my style when it first started out. It was almost exactly the same. Like, I mean, as much as I could emulate it at the time, you know, I was trying to not be exactly like Kubo, but like I used to draw eyes the same way. I used to do the same shading techniques, all that kind of stuff. And I was reading quite a bit of like Naruto and stuff at the time. I don't know if I would say, maybe in terms of like drawing backgrounds and stuff. For a time, I was really looking at Kishimoto's work.
Oh, okay.
And well, currently Murata is like my goat. I do a lot of like that's like one of my more current influences, because I actually do look at a lot of his techniques and stuff and try to emulate that when I'm working. Especially I kind of started doing that even more so with Blade Titans, just because it's so background heavy. Like there's buildings and stuff everywhere, so I'm always looking for you know, how he does his shading techniques, his, you know, just details and just little stuff, just all kinds of things that anything I can pick up from the masters in the manga industry. I'm always looking forward when I read. So
I know that hand was hurting after doing the Blade Titans part, because them pages that you shared, I was like, them backgrounds.
The first like 2 to 3 pages that were like just straight background, like cities and stuff, drawing all them buildings by hand. Yeah, I was definitely like, yo, this is hours.
That shit was beautiful though.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm very proud of how the first few pages came out. I'm currently on page 17 right now, so I've got about 30 pages left. I've still got a decent amount to go.
Oh, y'all gonna do the 45s for that joint?
Yeah. Well, what is this chapter? This chapter is
52.
Yeah, we have 52 pages total. And that's after cutting some stuff. So
yeah,
we cut, because when we were doing the Shonen Jump contest, we had we wrote right at the 60 page mark. That was like the limit that you could go to. But we just
Well, he said,
look, when you get into the zone with your writing, it happens. I told him I wanted Cowboy Bebop. We have like a chase scene in the first chapter. I told him I wanted some Cowboy Bebop vibes, and I said, go ahead and throw on that soundtrack, and write the Cowboy Bebop theme or Cowboy Bebop scene. And he wrote a ton. It is long. Like the chase is already long. What we kept is quite a few pages. But the original chase scene, I think I cut like 2 or 3 pages out of it. So yeah.
Okay.
Well, that actually leads me to ask 2 questions from that. I'll ask them both and then you guys get the answer. For Pat, the question is, so when you write and you trying to get a certain vibe, do you usually put on like OSTs of influences to keep you going? And then for Yin, we talk about GodPunch and the actual comic manga, and then GodPunch as the brand. You mentioned Blade Titans. I want you to let the listeners know exactly what Blade Titans is about, because hey, it's not just GodPunch y'all got in the tuck. Y'all, like y'all mentioned, y'all got Blade Titans, y'all got Ability de Front, and y'all got some other stuff that the NDAs don't allow you to say publicly. So of the 3, I just want you to share a little bit about what the other projects are, so people can dive more and be like, yo, these niggas, they more than just GodPunch. These niggas are not just a single project. They are a motherfucking brand, an entity, an organization. So, but whoever wants to go first, whether you want to answer the question, Pat, or
I'll go first since I got 1 question and they got 2. So yeah, I definitely put OSTs on in the background to kind of set the tone. Cause I mean, like whenever you're writing, a manga, like you kind of have an idea of a series already that's going to influence a certain tone and a certain scene, And so, you want to find like for me, I want to find like an OST or a soundtrack that kind of gives me that vibe, so I can, make sure that the scene that I'm writing is organic as possible, So I mean, especially if it's like a heavy fight scene, like those are probably like the funnest ones to put on, because you can find you some dope anime fight music, Naruto, Hunter, Dragon Ball, I was talking about Tokyo Ghoul, Bleach, AOT, anybody, and you just kind of black out, and just write your dope fighting scene. But for like those tense moments between characters, like you might want to put on, kind of like some sinister music, like what you might find in like a Parasite, or something sad, like, Genkai died and Yu Hakusho, you might want to put that on if you got a death that you write, like my goal is to try and feel it, whenever I write it, like literally whenever I'm writing, like I want to feel like I'm there. Like if it's a sad scene, I want to feel tears swelling up while I'm writing, If it's a hype scene and there's somebody fighting, I want to feel like I'm finna jump in too. I'm finna double dutch my way into the fight too, So
hey, be like, it's gay. Let him get up. Let him get up. Let him get up.
Let him get up. Let him get up. Yo, like tag me in now, fool. Yo, so like you really, you know what I'm saying? For me, you know, when I write, I really do try and set the tone based on the type of scene that I'm writing. You know, so I will put on some OSTs.
Yeah, and I kind of do the same thing because you know we're even though I do most of the art, but when we collab, we got writing chops. So
Mm-hmm.
on my side, I definitely do throw on some OSTs. I like to. It depends on just kind of what mood I'm in. You know what I'm saying? Like what I'm currently writing. But I feel like sometimes I don't necessarily need the OST to match whatever scene I'm writing. I just need the OST to put me in a mood. Like, you know how you get into a zone when you're writing?
Yeah.
That's what I look for when I put on music. I need to get into a zone. Like, and there's always a specific type of genre for whatever I'm writing at the moment. You know, like, do I feel like listening to hip hop? Do I feel like listening to some like grand orchestral themes for like movie scores and stuff?
Because you was drawing GodPunch Chapter 3, listening to Division in the background. I'm like,
Yeah. I can listen, like, as long as it's like at a certain point when I'm in the zone,
yeah.
I'm hearing the music, but I'm really more focused on what I'm just doing.
He listening to deep while drawing a battle scene. I'm like, but I don't think that's that type of twist. You get put out.
With how chapter 3 went, I'm surprised to hear that. That's what put you in the mood to really start coloring it. And you're like, oh, okay, this man, okay. He a savant with it. All right,
yeah.
It's basically just, just the zone at that point, when you get, because I've had times where I'm drawing and I'll pause the music, I've taken a break or whatever, I pause the music and just to do something just so I can pay attention to something else. And I forget to turn the music back on, but I've been drawing for like an hour and a half. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just in the zone at that point. I don't hear anything else. The silence.
I still have to remind you to put some music back on the stream too, because you just drawing inside.
Yeah, because I think one time I had forgotten to turn the music back on. I came back and was just
we're just sitting inside. I'm just looking. I'm like, you handsome, but I mean, can you put I like watching you work, brother. I mean,
but I'm gonna need something to keep me entertained too. You feel me?
Yeah. So yeah, but that's basically how my music and stuff goes for when it comes to writing and drawing and stuff. Just whatever can put me in the zone. We're gonna talk about
because the character designs you dropped on the TL, I was like, oh shit. Oh
yeah. So so we got Blade Titans coming up next. For a while we weren't talking about Jack when it came to Blade Titans. We were trying to keep it under wraps, but that was mostly because we felt like we didn't want to spoil the genre.
Yeah.
And it was gonna come out like a while ago. Now it's like we've been on podcasts and stuff. We were just like, we just tell them,
Yeah.
we just won't spoil like the really important parts of the story, the twist, I guess, to the genre that it's in. So it is a Mecca series, right? This is the first ever Mecca series I've ever done. It was a random idea that came to me, and I can't even talk about the idea. Can I? Did I tell when we were on Bland Bay? Did I talk about the idea? Like
I'm about to say.
Oh, I did. No, I told people about that. Yeah. So the whole thing about the series was, it's like, this is the random idea and this is how my brain works when I come up with ideas for stories and stuff. I had a random thought. I was like, okay, what if like ancient swords, like famous swords and stuff throughout history were actually keys to giant Mecca, right? That was the entire I guess pitch for the idea for Blade Titans. And then it just evolved from there. I started doing research on swords. I started doing research on different mecha designs and stuff like that. And then I was like, hey Patrick, I want you to collab with me on the story for this. Like, I don't want to write it by myself. I got stuff that I want to write personally, but I wanted to work on something with Patrick and more than just me doing the art. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so we wrote the first chapter of Blade Titans in like
4
2
days.
days.
Yeah, 4 days.
Yeah. All 60 pages, 2 days. It was something. It was nuts. So when we get together, our writing skills like multiply tenfold. It's ridiculous.
Right.
I got a question that I didn't have written, but it's like just came to me.
Yeah.
Because I do write myself.
Mm-hmm.
So what do y'all do when y'all are in like, because I know I get into a zone sometimes where I can sit there and I can write for like 8 hours, but then I get into a funk where I won't write for almost a week and a half or something like that. What do y'all do to get out of those funks?
I'm gonna let you do first.
So I think it depends. If it's for GodPunch, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll take a step back for a little bit, you know, or I'll talk to my team, my editors or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and just kind of bounce ideas off of them. But to prevent me going into like a funk or whatever, like before I even write a chapter, you know what I'm saying, I'll go over with the editing team, like, okay, this is where we're trying to go, you know what I'm saying? So like what needs to happen this episode to push the plot forward to get into this point, you know? And so we do that just to kind of prevent, like writer's block, because we already have a direction where we're going. We're just trying to, fill in those little pieces from here to there. And the spirit of transparency, man, I haven't written the GodPunch chapter since like September of last year.
Yeah, you had like 50 some.
I got like 52, 53 chapters written. So we got content, because I was cranking the hoes out like once a week, just like mangaka would, like that was my goal at one point in time, once a week. But man, I want to say, I got to a point where like I was just really tired. I was burned out, and other parts of the brand needed my attention, you know what I'm saying? And so I had the luxury of having an excess amount of content that, I could step away from the story for a little bit, But by doing that, you know what I'm saying, like it's got me more excited to get back to it. I still haven't started back, but right now I'm more focused on this timeline. So I'm working on this GodPunch timeline right now and just actually mapping out the story from start to finish. You know what I'm saying? Like, God forbid something happened to me, knock on the wood, like I need, I want, at least the team to have like a timeline of events, so they can know how to finish the story, So that's kind of what I'm working on right now. But we did edit take GodPunch chapter 4 and we tweaked that a whole lot, and we sent that to the lab for Ayinde to work on. So, whenever you finish those with Blade Times, we'll get on that. But yeah, bro, it was just I don't know, I had to take a step away, you know what I'm saying? Because I did get burned out. And it's okay, like I feel like a lot of writers, they feel guilty about taking those breaks when they get writer's block or when they get fatigued. Nah, man, like you need that mental break because being a creative isn't easy. Like a lot of people think like, oh, it's fun, doing what you love, and like how can you get burned out by doing something you're so happy with? But you know what I'm saying, to constantly put content out and have those expectations, you know what I'm saying, it could be stressful, especially when you're taking pride in your work, and you want everything to make sense. You're not writing this for play, like we're doing this for real.
Big facts. Okay. Yin, if you ever have like, I guess, artist block or.
Oh yeah. It's okay. So I think probably the most recent artist block that I have or had was after I had been working on Blade Titans for like 6 months. Like I had done because we were trying to finish it for the Shonen Jump contest, and that just didn't happen. So I was like, okay, we'll be done in a couple more months, right? Well, a couple more months turns into we still working on it right now. So it's just like, and we actually like took a break, to do chapter 3, to do GodPunch chapter 3. So I actually needed that break. Like I needed to work on something outside of Blade Titans because I had just burned myself out. I had sketched 52 pages and I wasn't going to finish the inking anytime soon. And I was just like, the amount of pages that I had left was overwhelming me. And I was just like, I don't feel like working on it right now. Like I want to do something else. So yes, we took a break to do GodPunch chapter 3. Well, that took a little bit longer than it was supposed to,
My bad again.
Well, well, it's because originally the script had called for 20 pages, I think, right?
20, it was like 20, 24, or 20.
I think it was like 20 because I ended up writing like 7 extra pages, I think.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, so I ended up adding like 7 extra pages just because there were some areas where I needed to either spread out dialogue or add a panel here, or something like that. And it just ended up extending however many pages I had left all the way to 27 for chapter 3. So that was kind of burning me out a little bit. But we got through it. We got it out, and I was happy with it. And now I'm back to working on Blade Types, but I definitely needed a break in between those two, just because I was like, dang, I gotta get back to these 30-something pages. I gotta ink the rest of these. But my motivation was kind of like high because we had just released a chapter, and I was like, okay, I'm ready. Like, we've gotten something out.
Right.
And that was really, I think, what was burning me out the most was the fact that we had gone so many months without having anything released. And I was like, dang, like I need something to be out. I need people to be able to read this. I don't like to like go super long periods of time working on a project and I can't talk about it. I can't say nothing, people can't read it. NDAs, yeah. So like I was like, we need something out. So that's why we took a break to do chapter 3. But yeah, I mean, in terms of like how I get through the block, it's really just I either, like I said, work on something else. Like if I'm working on a specific project, I can jump to something else like GodPunch, or I guess we haven't started Build T to Front, but that was, like if we were working on that, I would be like, okay, let me go do a few pages of that or something. But if I get burned out on drawing just period, I'll just be like step away from my setup and just like, I don't know, play video games or catch up on some YouTube videos or something. I just take days off where I don't do any art, period, just to kind of re-motivate myself. And I think reading manga helps that too, like to get back into the drawing mood because I feel like when the new volume of like JJK comes out, I'll read that and I'm immediately like, let me get on this on my Wacom real quick and get to work. You know what I'm saying?
Big facts.
I feel it. It's actually funny. Something that you guys mentioned. Well, first of all, I just want everybody to understand that Yin is an artist, but he's also a writer too. Just don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. These two men, they both writers. They know exactly how to. Because I remember before previous interview, you mentioned how you guys were going back and forth, and y'all were just feeding off each other. And I'm like, yo, that's so dope. That sense, because when we look at it in terms of music, I like music the best. When people do those a duo hops on a track and they just be feeding off each other's energy, that jaw be going. It's just like, oh, okay, from verse to verse is like. So I know, shout out to Yin for being able to do that. But something I wanted to touch upon previously is you guys have mentioned basically the need for a hiatus. But also not to look at it in such a negative tone. It's like, sometimes it's necessary. Right. So my question for you guys to fine tune really is, when it came to the hiatuses that you've experienced as a brand, I know some of it was kind of probably forced upon you. Others were intentional to deal with meeting, promotion, stuff like that. How would you advise writers, artists to handle hiatus? Because again, Pat, you mentioned people look at hiatus and be like, damn, if I go on hiatus, that's discouragement. I'm not doing well, everything's, but it's like, no, what would you tell someone to be like, yo, when it comes to hiatus, this is how you should approach it. This is how you should go about it. And, this is how you should come up out of it, because some people get stuck in it too.
Right. Yeah. For hiatus, I would definitely say, look at the bigger picture. Like, sometimes, we'll take hiatuses for our mental health. If that's the route that you want to take, you say, okay, I'm taking a hiatus for my mental health. I'm trying to de-stress. I'm trying to, get my composure back. I know that I'm going to come out of this better and more motivated and ready to put out content consistently. So you could look at it like that. If, it's for business, on the other hand, then you say, okay, this is for the bigger picture. Like, it used to bother the hell out of me with us going on hiatus and not being able to release content. But I had to remember, like, okay, Pat, like, GodPunch is kind of elevated, to the point where it's not a manga brand. It's not a manga anymore. It's a brand. You're not just writing a series. You're establishing a brand right now because we got clothes. We got podcasts. We got YouTube channels. We got everything. We got series. We got series. We're working on more series. So Team GodPunch in itself is a brand, and we had to take a step back from putting the content out. And although that bothered me, I knew that, ultimately it was for, the betterment of our brand as a whole. And I always knew that we're going to get back to this. But right now, we're establishing our foundation, and so I'd rather establish the foundation early and take all these hiatuses when we're first starting, because technically, so we're not even 2 years old yet. We'll be 2 years, July the 3rd, so I'd rather take all these hiatuses and get everything together right now while we're still babies in this. So like once we really hit the ground rolling, it's just nonstop. We done took care of all the business early on. We ain't got to worry about none of that shit, 4 years down the line, because we done took care of everything.
How about for you, Yin, as an artist, when you need to go on hiatus and something that you could tell to other mangakas and just creatives?
When I think of like a hiatus, I'm more of like this is a time for me to figure out, like, basically recharge. You can only put out so much creativity. Like it's hard to be a limitless well of creativity. Like you're just working on stuff nonstop, pouring your creative energy into projects, and at a certain point you will hit burnout. Like I don't care who you are, nobody can go as long as, like, for extremely long periods of time without having to take some kind of break. And I feel like it's actually unhealthy to do that, to not take a break, because if you hit burnout and you decide, no, I'm just going to keep working through it, your work is not going to be the best. Like it's going to suffer in quality. So I take hiatuses as, a time, like I said, to recharge, to also just kind of have a new perspective when you get back to working. Like you may hit, some kind of block in terms of, I guess, writing, or you may feel like, oh, my art style is, I feel like it's stagnant, right? Well, you're always improving. I mean, you may not always see it, but you are. I think the hiatus is just a way for you to get back to it with a fresh mind and a fresh set of eyes, so that you don't feel like you're focusing on the wrong thing, right? You'll see you can focus more on like, okay, this is the journey, right? I'm getting back to it. I'm ready to see this to the end at this point, So yeah, I mean, take breaks. Definitely take breaks. Don't be like I need to hustle 24/7 to take this out the mud, because you'll eventually hit a spot where you're like, you can burn yourself out to the point where you just don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
So I took a hiatus myself on video editing. Like for my YouTube channel, I had to take a hiatus, but I'm definitely feel refreshed and building my channel better, as well as working on the podcast with YouTube channel.
I think it's good to have more than one thing that you're interested in, right?
Yeah.
If you're doing, if I'm an artist and I'm doing art, but I like to do other stuff, like, I don't know, play video games or watch anime or something like that. It's good to put effort into other things. I mean, like, I'm an artist
here and there.
Yeah, like I'm an artist, but I work on manga. But for me, a break may mean not necessarily not doing art at all, but it may just mean I need to put my creativity, my art, to use somewhere else. Like I'm starting my streetwear brand. I may be like, okay, I'll start drawing clothes. That's something that's kind of a change of pace, even though it's still art related. Or I'll just, I don't know, like sometimes I feel like I don't have time to do more like drawing exercises to help improve my skills, because I feel like I'm always just working on the content itself. I've always wanted to try and improve my coloring skills. So anytime we need a cover for something or whatever, I'll be like, I may be on break, but me improving my coloring skills is like kind of like a fun exercise for me to do. You know, I don't feel like it's, I don't know, I don't feel like it's work. It's not work.
It's not work.
Yeah. So
I feel that wholeheartedly. Like, you know, one of the things with me is that I just got my hands in a whole lot of different stuff. I'm all over the place, and you know, burnout.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, burnout is just.
We got to get you that number 3.
Of course, bro. I need that 3.
Burnout be crazy for me, you know, in terms of editing, creating content, podcasts, you know, writing, poetry, and then trying to balance like watching my anime and reading, and then honestly, video games have fallen to the wayside for me. Really,
I got kids to worry about too, so that's
right. So it's just sometimes it just feels like, man, you know, I know for a fact for me, sometimes I feel overwhelmed, and I'm just like, dog, everything's about to start crashing and burning if I don't take a mental break.
One thing, you know what I'm saying, one thing I've been trying to, you know what I'm saying, incorporate in my lifestyle is one thing my therapist has been telling me: give yourself grace, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, allow yourself that time to feel, allow yourself that time to relax, man. Like, you ain't gotta be super nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, take that time to just relax, bro. Like, it's okay to take a break and just, you know what I'm saying, find some therapeutic to engage in. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta allow yourself that grace so you can get back to your content, to your baby, and give it everything that you got. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta allow yourself that time to just relax, bro.
Yeah, like I feel like this has been my hiatus doing this podcast stuff, from like writing and stuff, because like right now, and then I love the fact that like Abe and Alpha, Cam and Bo or whatever, they are into it as much as I am.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like that with my story, with my artists. My artist kind of like, you know what I'm saying? And it just felt like, dang, man, I'm really passionate about this. And he just was like, you know what I'm saying? And then he kind of just threw me to the side. So it made me take a step back, and I was like, man, take a break. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt defeated after that.
Boy, you know how pissed I was when you told me that?
Yeah,
I was hot. I was hot, yo.
Yeah,
I was like, ain't no way this nigga just wasting your time like that. You know?
Yeah.
Let me not say too many. It's too much words.
It was like because I'm working on something, and it was supposed to be a 17-page chapter, and he was on page 11, and then he was like, hey man, here's your money. I'm not gonna do this, and he just stopped, and I was just like, yo. You know what I'm saying? So then that's when I really just was like, I'm gonna put my hands in all this podcast shit. Yeah. I've been asking everybody, I'm like, you need a guest? You need a guest? And I just took a break from writing because I just was like, dang, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm really passionate about it, and then I don't have an artist. You know what I'm saying? So now we just waiting on Sally. So shout out to Sally. Yeah. So I mean, that's what I was asking y'all. I was like, what do y'all do when y'all go into those funks and stuff like that? Needed to, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to ask some questions and dive in. You know what I'm saying? Pick your brain on that. But Alpha, you had a question, didn't you?
Oh, Yin, that glove you got in your hand, right?
Yes.
You want to auction it off?
I'm gonna auction it off.
Not this nigga trying to hustle. It's so New York of my man's, yo. Oh my goodness.
I'm saying when you get big, that glove's gonna be worth some money, you know.
Hey,
I'm gonna buy him another one. We're gonna talk about it.
Yo, Yin, let me just say this right now. You know how the leather jacket, the glove from Michael Jackson be. Hey, that glove you wearing. That glove you wearing.
That's hilarious, yo.
I'm gonna put it in a little glass box. You know how Iron Man put his first arc reactor in the box? That's how I'm gonna put the
That could be
you have to. It just looks so raw, you know. When we have the GodPunch museum, you know, and it's like the Hall of Justice, you know. You'll just walk by, you'll see the first copies, the first physical copies of GodPunch, of Blade Titans, of Build T the Front, of all the other projects. and then like underneath a shining bright light
You
with
see the glove.
red ropes around it because you got to keep more than 6 feet away from it. You just see the
Mhm.
glove, just the glove.
Only thing that's gonna get that is Ocean's 11.
The glove behind the dog.
Oh wait, Alpha, you about to assemble a team to rob the museum? That's crazy. That's
He
crazy.
say Ocean 11.
No, I'm just saying, I'm not gonna rob it. I'm gonna just ask some person, can I have it?
Hey, that could be a good investment. He give it to you for free, and then 2035, that shit worth $20,000, $30,000, even more. You know what I'm saying?
I'm talking about millions.
That's
Yeah.
a nice little flip. $20 million glove that you got for free because of a GP. That shit is.
We got
He'll be
frame
calling
that.
you like, hey, I need that.
Yeah.
But you know, as we continue moving on, I'm honestly just want to say I'm having a lot of fun with you guys.
Oh yeah.
And just love the opportunity to really get to talk to you. So for both of you, actually for everybody here, the question I gotta ask: your top 5 MCs, strictly anime and manga.
Ooh.
We going for.
You want to go with snake it or all at once?
Oh, you know what? Let's snake that drum. Let's snake that drum. As long as I'm not starting it, I'm cool.
I'll start it then. It's fine. If I'm starting it off, you know what I'm saying, I gotta kick it to the guy, you know what I'm saying, who absolutely made me fall in love with anime. My OG, Son Goku. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll die for that nigga, man.
Yo, Alpha, don't you have a saying regarding Son Goku?
Fuck Toriyama, don't you say that?
There you go. Fuck Toriyama. Fuck Toriyama.
Yo.
Shout out to Cam, you know, shout out to the Queen of the South, Cam.
There's a funny story about that fuck Toriyama thing. That's a behind the scene thing.
All right. Yo.
So you said Son Goku. For myself, I'll go Ichigo.
Okay.
I'm also gonna go Ichigo because that's one of my top 5.
I said Ichigo. Go.
Oh, Ichigo. Yes, of course.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Put that gold on me now.
Not Alpha saying like, yo, could I get that glove? And then hold on, let me correct you, sir.
Whatever you want him to be.
What? My man about to fumble the possession of the glove over here. Like,
he about to mail it after this.
It's Ichigo, not go. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Steve. What about you? Name one.
For me, for my number 5, I'm gonna go with Subaru from ReZero. I love his resolve and how his power is fucked up. So the fact that he just continues to keep going through that fucking power, I love Subaru, bro. Like I got mad respect for him. So Subaru from ReZero.
That's fair actually, because I don't know how many people are caught up with ReZero, but if you haven't, Pat, if you really enjoyed Tokyo Ghoul and just the process, the mental dive it took, you gotta read. I've watched ReZero. Watch it. I don't know if it has a manga. I've only watched the anime, but the anime has been great.
It's on Crunchyroll.
It's on Crunchyroll, yeah.
All right, yeah. I put it on the queue.
I definitely check it out myself.
Yeah, oh my goodness, though.
His power is return by
death. Don't spoil it.
No, it's not a spoiler. You find that out the first second. It's return by death.
Yeah.
So yeah, so the shit that he got to go through, that's why I'm like, yo, that's my nigga. I'm like, that's my nigga. So
yeah. I'm actually glad that for a second when I said I was gonna go first, and I was like, dang, yo, this person that I want to mention, Pat might mention him, but Pat might mention him later, so I'm gonna mention him now. Ken Kaneki. Welcome to the top 5 of Aye's personal top 5 MCs list, because like I said, it was funny. I was talking to the homie earlier, and I was just like, when I went to the mall today, I went to Hot Topic and I saw a Ken Kaneki tee, and I said immediately I had to cop it. I just saw it. It was shades of black and purple, looked good. It was half his face as a human, the other half with his Tokyo with his mask. It was like, all right, bet.
Shout out to Patch.
Right. Shout out to, hey. So for me, again, when Tokyo Ghoul came out around like 05, 06, everybody was hype on it then. No one really talks about it as much now because we've gotten so much since then. So for me, never watching it, never reading it, not knowing much about it, just 2 months ago, decided to dive into the manga as part of the Watchers 100 Anime Challenge. Shout out to the Watchers. You know, we got one of them right here.
Shit, I just watched the anime myself for the first time.
Yeah, I never watched it because people kept saying like, nah, read it. So I read it, and I'm just like, this nigga Ken Kaneki is nigga, hey, I'm a ghoul, yo. I'm down with eating humans, yo. We gotta survive out here. You feel me? We gotta survive out here. I'm team ghoul all the way. You feel me? So that's my top 5.
My bad. I ain't gonna interrupt you.
So hit us with number 4, Pat.
You didn't go.
No,
I said,
yeah.
We just had a whole thing that I made a big deal about it, and you over here like, dang.
I was about to say, my nigga,
we skipping Yin.
My bad.
You think I skip Yin? Come on, man.
Okay, I thought we was going from 1 to 5. We going from 5 to 1. Okay, my bad.
Oh, I mean, shoot.
I was just shooting them out.
I blame Steve because Steve said his 5th, and so I assumed everybody was going from 5 to 1.
My bad.
So
I'm not even going in order.
Yeah, all right. In that case, disregard me saying number 5. Just Ken is in my top 5. Just off.
Bet. My next one will have to be Simon the Digger from Gurren Lagann.
Dude, why you? That's what I was gonna say.
We here.
Yo, at this point, Yin's top 5 is already gonna be mentioned. He already got one member, the same person Alpha has. He now has the same person Pat has at this point.
Simon, bro, like, I really did enjoy his coming to age arc, where, you know what I'm saying, like he lost, you know what I'm saying, this was his homeboy. He was kind of thrust into leading, you know what I'm saying, his now growing gang before he was ready, you know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, you're forced to lead this huge organization, you leading the resistance, your dog just died, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying, just put up or shut up, and like, my bro, he really, you know what I'm saying, he dropped his nuts, you know what I'm saying, he became a man, and from there, bro, like, he was just a joy to watch, you know? And so I really do love Simon the Digger. He's not an MC that a lot of people talk about, but truly is ranked 10 out of 10 MC for me.
Okay. Me, I'm gonna go with Mob Psycho.
Damn it, that's another one of mine.
I'm starting to think you ain't even had no top 5. You picking as everybody else picking.
I'm literally thinking of Mob. I'm like, yeah, bro.
Yeah, you should have started this off, Yin. You should have started this off.
Yeah, you should have started this off. We'll let you start next time.
They hold
the next
you.
round.
They hold you. Not me. They hold you.
Yeah, my man Mob, the humble assassin. That's what I call him.
Shout out to the workout club.
Yes,
Mob
sir.
Psycho don't get enough recognition.
It really doesn't.
I'm gonna preach that every single time on the timeline.
Mob Psycho has a beautiful OST too. Like,
I was just thinking
that.
Yeah,
Mob's got a dope soundtrack.
I need another season. They playing with me. Give me
it's
that
coming.
other season.
Is it?
Season 3 was supposed to come out this year, I think.
Oh,
but I don't know if well, you know, with the schedules and everything with the pandemic, stuff got pushed back. But they announced that there was going to be a season 3 like a while back, but nothing ever came of it. So I don't know if schedules got moved around.
I need that.
Yeah.
All right. So Yin, we already know 3 of your top 5 because of everybody else. So here's your opportunity to flex with the other 2 before anybody steals it away. What you got for us?
You can shuffle them on the fly and come up with.
Damn, low key, Pat, you might be right. He might not have a top 5. He like, I got them ready.
Because I already had the next 2, and I was like, let me think of the other ones while after I've already said those. But now I gotta think of the last 2 on the spot. Shoot, man. See, I'm better at like thinking of like the series themselves, but okay. So Steins Gate is one of my top 5 anime of all time. I love Okabe Rintaro. I think that's his last name. Okabe is he in there. He in there. Like to have the resolve to have that kind of ability to remember the memories of all the timelines, and then to like go back and know like niggas are gonna die, and you have to like fix that shit on your own essentially.
Thanks.
The resolve to do that is insane.
Hey, shout out to Studio
Noted.
White Fox. That's 2 of them. ReZero and Steins Gate is Studio White Fox. So shout out to them. Yeah. Fucking Okabe is a good one. The one I was gonna say, shout out to Pat for this recommendation. Iron Blooded Orphans. My man Mecca.
Yo, I was about to say that too, bro.
Man,
Iron Blood Orphans is deep.
Straight heat, bro. Straight heat.
You can't have favorites.
Too soon.
Motherfucker might die.
Too soon.
Too soon. I just watched it actually, that was the last anime I watched before the Watcher Challenge. So I watched it like December 28th and shit. And
well, you brought in 2021 terribly.
Bro, the next anime I watched for the first anime Watcher Challenge was Japan Sinks. So it was like
what's wrong.
So I just was like,
he just likes putting himself through
emotional
That's
torture.
some trauma right there.
I think fighting demons over there and they fighting back.
No wonder he be heavy on the Remy nowadays. Okay.
Yeah.
It's his coping
Mad
mechanism.
emotional.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
So for me, and then after me, again, we'll go back to you that way.
Yeah. Because you got one more pick.
Yeah. Since we already know your top 5 before we even finish. Hey, Scuba, you know a member of my top 5, Lelouch. Shout out to the man that I consider. I won't start.
Hey, we was arguing big heavy on Lelouch versus Light the other day.
Be ready for the episode of Mayonaka Mixer on Friday, because that one we got heated. But Lelouch is definitely in my top 5 code guys. It's just considering just his intellect, he had to be very careful how he maneuvered through the series, given his ability and the stipulations.
Yeah.
I love that man Lelouch. And in low-key, I'm a nerd. I like chess. I might not be that good at it, but Lelouch was a chess a master. So that's my top 5. That's 2 of my top 5. So Yin, give us a number, basically number 5.
Number 5.
I'm already on number 5.
He already done with his list.
Hey man, I ain't gonna be mad at you. Just pull out some different ones. So
your honorable mentions. You get to throw in your honorable mentions in there, yo.
Okay, well, so it might be it's probably a bit of a tie because it's hard to like pick out of the remaining queue that I had, but if I had to do like a tie between my favorites, it would probably be between Spike from Cowboy Bebop, because he's just like a classic, and I don't know if you guys have ever seen. Well, technically they're like 2 main characters. You guys seen Terror and Resonance?
I heard about it, but I haven't watched that one yet.
Okay, that's another. If you guys know Shinichiro Watanabe, who does like some of the most goated series of all time. He did Cowboy Bebop. He did Samurai. Director Samurai Champloo, Space Dandy. I love Dandy.
Space Dandy, yeah.
Space Dandy. He's probably a goated main character too.
You put me on Space Dandy.
Oh, have you guys seen Redline?
No, that's a racing one, huh?
It's the racing movie. It's done by Madhouse. It's one of their like greatest movies of all time. JP in that film is like a goated main character.
Okay.
So
I
yeah,
heard of it.
Yeah. If you have time, it's actually a decently long film. Like it's 2 hours. Like
for an anime movie? Yeah.
For an anime movie. It's like 2 hours. So
that's like how long fucking Dragon Ball Super movie was.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not gonna hold you.
Imagine like old school animation from back then with Studio Madhouse, like how long that movie probably took to make.
Right. Yeah, good lord.
Insanity. Yeah. So JP is probably up there. But Space Dandy has a whole episode dedicated to like it's like a parody of the Red Line movie. So they're kind of meant to be very similar to each other. They even kind of look the same. They both have pompadours and shit. So Yeah.
All right, Steve, hit us with
It's Pat.
shows. Oh no, we just gonna continue because on my screen you're all set up perfectly, and since Yin is basically now out, we just gonna keep going. So because Pat and Alpha decided to keep stealing Yins, y'all messed up the whole rotation.
I can't believe y'all had like 3 out of the 5.
We gotta restart the whole rotation.
I only got 2 more left.
I know my number 2 and my number 1 gonna get taken. So, but for my number 3 is right now, because it's a current read that I'm hype about every week. Andy from Undead Unluck.
Okay.
That dude basically, you know what I'm saying, his power is he's the undead, so he can't die. And he just comes up with different creative ways to use that power. And I'm really loving that series right now. Like that's like my favorite one coming out of Jump right now.
Wait, you said his power is that he can't die?
He can't die.
Yeah.
You know who else has that same ability? That's like a recent series. You ever heard of that anime that just came out? It's called Kimi no Jihen.
I've heard of that. I just haven't watched it.
The main character has the same ability, but it's more of like because of his lineage, like he's a hybrid between a monster and like a human or something like that. And the type of monster that he's a hybrid from makes him unable to die. Like his entire body could disintegrate and he'll grow back.
Yeah. That's also some shit that Andy is on too.
Yeah,
but
I'm gonna have to keep Undead Unluck.
And it's still early too. I think they only like on chapter like 50 now. So he's still early.
I've been on a manga binge. I just started Claymore, so after I finish Claymore, I'll get on it.
Man, Undead Unluck is fire.
In that case, I'm gonna stick with out of throwing a recent John. You know, that boy Senku.
Oh yeah, no,
that boy.
He's going. Yeah,
Senku in my top. You know, I started my manga collection. Got to get volume 1. I'm gonna get all the other volumes too. Senku, man, it's just, you know, for people who watch the anime, you might be like, you know, get caught up with the manga. You'll see why.
I love Dr. Stone.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's just
friendly, funny, educational.
For real.
You can let your kids watch it. It's like watching National Geographic.
And the story is still so
good. It's a great story.
Yeah.
And it's emotional too, bro. Yeah. Like it'll pull it out of you.
No lie. If you haven't watched the Stone Wars finale, that last episode, watching it animated, I remember reading it. I didn't feel emotional, but watching it, I was like, damn.
Boy, I need to watch the second season.
Yeah,
y'all know my story.
It's like 13 episodes. It's not that long.
Yeah.
Y'all know my story with Dr. Stone was I overhyped it in my head before I watched it.
I love Dr. Stone.
We got into an argument about it on the T. I was like,
it's because so y'all know Sensei. Sensei was like, read Berserk. Then he was like, y'all need to watch Vinland Saga. Then he was like, for JoJo's. And like, so every time since they did that, I was like, yo, this nigga not missing. He 10 out of 10. So then he was like, hey, watch Dr. Stone. And then I watched the first episode and I was like, yo, this nigga counting the whole time in this stuff. So I was for the rest of the time I was hyped. And then it didn't go to where I thought it was gonna be. So I think I ruined Dr. Stone for myself by Sensei's.
Because it's definitely a different kind of show.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But I haven't watched the Stone Wars yet, so I'm gonna go.
Stone Wars is really good.
And I think that's what I really liked about it, is that when it first came out on the Shonen Jump app, it kind of, if I remember correctly, I think Demon Slayer was still going on. Promised Neverland was still going on. So for me and Fire Force, yeah. So for me, when the manga started, I was just like, okay. Well, actually, no. I watched the anime first. So when I was just like, yo, this is very different from the usual anime content that I consume. You know, I'm all about, you know, I love action. I love horror. I love, just fights. I need activity. So this one is like, okay, this is like a kind of rebuild civilization. The trailers look hype. I'm hearing people saying, yo, Dr. Stone, that joint is lit. That joint is lit. So I started watching. I was like, oh. Before the first season ended, I was like, I'm going over to the manga. I need to read that joint.
That opening tracks on that opening is fire too.
Yeah, Dr. Stone got some nice opening.
Hello World? Oh, yeah. Jamming when that joint come up.
Hey, like, bro, hey, whenever Lillian starts singing, dog, I just know they tears coming, dog. They coming, man.
Facts. All right, so Pat, hit us with your third one.
if we keeping with the new gen, you know what I'm saying? We keeping with the new gen. I'm gonna say I got a two-way tie between my son Izuku Midoriya and my other child Tanjiro.
Oh, okay.
Yo, all right. I love Deku, you know what I'm saying? I love a good underdog story, you know what I'm saying? I love a good coming of age story. So you know what I'm saying? Like I ride or die for Deku. I love that boy to death. Tanjiro, on the other hand, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you ever seen a nigga just beat somebody ass and he feels so bad about it? Like
Dog, that was the funniest thing. And after every time he beats someone, he's just like, man, you know,
I can kill you with this technique, but I'll kill you with this one to make it more gentle.
I'm like, nigga, wait, you just whooped their ass, you disrespected their whole life, and you over here taking pity? I'm like,
hey, but that manga though, bro.
Okay, look, the ending, I
gotta send you the other ending because I found out some stuff. Send
that to me.
Yeah, I gotta send that to you. There's another ending. Apparently, Jump didn't let her release it. So they skipped like after the final battle, they skipped like an entire chapter and just went straight to like, you know what I'm saying, like the current times with like yeah. So
you need to send that to me.
So there's a part that's connecting it, you know.
Okay.
You get to find out like who ended up with who and you know who started what lineage and stuff like that. So I'll allow that to you when we finish.
Okay, yeah, because that might make me like
it'll definitely connect it. It'll definitely connect.
Demon Slayer just like dropped because I didn't like that ending. Like it was just like
it'll definitely connect it and raise that back up for you. But man, Muzan, oh god.
Michael Jackson.
Muzan Jackson, bro. Muzan Jackson. But dog, when he pulled up at the end, I'm not gonna spoil it, bro, but just his dialogue, like we'll talk about it later.
I gotta read that then.
Yeah, definitely.
I've been on that whole not reading stuff because the ones that I really want to watch because I don't want to ruin it. But after Promised Neverland did me that way, I'm gonna start going back.
Bro.
I'm gonna just start reading.
Bro.
I heard Promised Neverland let a lot of people down. I haven't read the manga yet, so I don't really know, but I heard they skipped like 2 arcs.
Bro.
No, not just they legit skipped.
They skipped the arc. They skipped the arc.
All of them. They just said, "Hey guys, so this is something that could have lasted us like maybe 5 seasons."
Because they ended the season, right? They ended the season.
It basically is over. It's a 2-season anime.
Oh wow!
The way the manga is, it could have been at least 4 to 5 seasons.
Mm-hmm. Easily. With probably season 3 being the best season of the whole series.
Yeah. I gotta read it though. I definitely gotta read it because I did enjoy the story.
Yeah. That first season really hit. It
was a good tone setter.
Yeah, it did. Alpha, who else have you got on your top 5 list?
Now for me, from Rising the Shield Hero.
Ooh, I love Now for Me. They really did hold that man, bro. But I'm glad he got his justice at the end.
But fuck that bitch that always.
Fuck that bitch.
Well, I don't care what her name is, but fuck that bitch.
Her name is bitch. Her name is bitch. That's her name.
It was hilarious that Naofumi actually named her that. It like proceeded to just only refer to her as that. I'm like, damn, okay. I mean, I'm not mad at it because I've never felt so angry at a 2D character in a show before until I watched Shield here. I was just like,
nah. When I was watching it last year, I was on a timeline like, yo, please tell me this bitch get her what she deserves. And Mike was like, yes, she does.
Yeah.
That's all that needed to be said.
That's all. You just looking
I didn't care about the spoiler. I said, just let me know this bitch gets what she deserves. He's like, yes. I'm like, all right, cool. I didn't care about the spoiler.
All right, I'm gonna replace one of my not because I would actually probably replace this, but because 3 of my picks got stolen. I'm gonna just throw another one in there. Alan Walker from D. Gray Man.
Ooh.
Funny enough, I just started the manga earlier today. It's still ongoing. I think I don't know if it's almost done, but it was still ongoing for a while. Okay, bet. Yeah. So I'm excited for that journey because I know it's a lot of people mention it, and it's part of my Watcher challenge. Of the like 60,000 mangas that I decide to start and get current on that aren't ending anytime soon. So I'm excited for D. Gray Man. I'm definitely excited.
D. Gray Man is fire.
Yeah.
Oh,
What
for
you got,
me,
Steve? Yeah.
my number 2 before anybody say it is Yusuke Urameshi.
You bastard. You bastard. God damn it.
Oh yeah,
Hey.
that's my. I thought somebody was gonna say it already.
I was saving him. You said I got the poster?
Yeah. I was like, okay, Yusuke Urameshi, always about that action. You know, man. On site ass nigga. That's what I like. And he talked that shit and he back it up. You know what I'm saying? He telling you, I don't care. I slap children, women, grandmothers. Like I fuck with Yusuke, man.
These men's rated E for everybody.
Yeah.
Facts, man. Equal opportunity. Everybody can get it. I guess for me, so I named 3. My 4th one, because I don't want to repeat none of y'all niggas either. Don't
do it to me.
Lord, this one is tough. But I'm gonna keep it new gen and share Mashal from Magic and Muscles. It's a current. Yo, son.
Dog, he's so fucking hilarious, bro.
Yo, though, the shit, like, I've never read a manga series that did a perfect job of balancing comedy with like seriousness in terms of the story and not just coming off as like a gag series.
Right, because I need an anime.
Because
the way he take them doors off the hinges and he try to put them hoes back on side.
Always carrying that cream puff in his robe. Right? He protects the cream puff. The cream puff
with his life, bro. And then what's shorty name? Lemonade? She just
how she fell in love with
she just obsessed with my dude, bro.
Yeah, if y'all not reading Magic and Muscles, it's also on the Shonen Jump app. I think there's only 59 chapters, so it's ongoing. Yeah,
that is hilarious.
Hop on that, John. That John. Oh my goodness, it's funny as hell.
That's quality material right there.
Yeah, it is. It's funny as hell. All right, Pat, hit us with another one. This would be number 5 right here. This would be the fifth member of your.
This is 4th one.
Because y'all decided to mess up the puff path rotation out here.
My bad.
You know, don't worry, I got you, dog. I got you.
Steve, I actually think you took my last one, but I'll give you one more just in case. I'm gonna go Guts from Berserk.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Guts.
That's Gus is that nigga.
Yep.
My brother needs some therapy. You know what I'm saying? But he all right. That's all we're gonna say about it. He going through a lot. But as you want a 10 out of 10 MC, you want somebody that's gonna keep you on your toes. You go with Guts, but just keep him lifted in prayer because he got a lot going on right now. Especially if you read that last chapter, he got a lot.
Gus, man.
Saddest backstory I've ever seen in an anime character, dog.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That where you at, Alpha?
I need them to animate that shit, man.
What you want to see?
For myself.
Yeah. Number 4.
Satoru from Erase.
Okay. You've been feeling that nigga, yo. You've been mentioning that guy a lot.
Yo, Erase is definitely in my top 5. Like, I even watched the live action. It's not bad.
Really?
It's not bad. Not bad.
Only thing I didn't like about the live action was they tried to change that ending up and they made it kind of like too much. Yeah. But everything else was perfect on that live action.
I think because as far as the anime, is not too much going on where you need so much CGI. You can treat it as a regular show. That's why I think it did it justice.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Satoru.
Okay.
That reminds me, I need to watch the live action for the Way of the House Husband series.
They got a live action for that?
Yeah, it's supposed to be really good. Yeah.
The live action or the anime?
The live action.
He said live action.
I've seen the anime already. The anime was funny.
Yeah.
The anime is funny.
Yeah. But there's a live action for it too. I have the link somewhere in my Twitter bookmarks. But I need to check that out.
I need that.
Yeah.
I need that. That shit's hilarious.
We read that shit together, really. The watchers read the Way of the House Husband together.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that shit is good. So, yeah, and I think it's on you. What's your number one? Or who's
Oh
your
yeah.
one?
Well, I was gonna add another. I think I was gonna add another one. And I just had it like 2 seconds ago, and I lost my train of thought. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I'm gonna let somebody else go and see if it'll come back to me.
No, you just trying to take mine again.
All right, well, since Scuba,
I don't even know what yours is.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go before Scuba
No,
does.
I know what it
because
is.
I,
It's Percy,
well,
isn't it?
I'm gonna
It's
throw
Percy.
this motherfucker in here first.
I know he
nobody
going.
He said Percy.
Yo, my to round out my top 5, Sun Jin Woo from Solo Leveling.
I heard Sun Jin Woo like that. I need to pick up Solo Leveling.
Okay. Have you not read it yet?
I heard Sun Jin Woo like that. The only webtoon I'm actively reading right now, I'm reading Tower of God and God of High School.
Okay.
So everybody been telling me, Pat, read Solo Leveling. I'm gonna see what he's talking about. Because it's a manhwa, huh? It's a Korean manhwa?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But it got picked up by some publishing company, so there's a hard copy of it.
Oh,
somewhere
yeah.
now.
Yeah, it's a light novel. It's just adapted into a manhwa.
No, but I think they adapted the manhwa into an actual book. Like it's published.
Ooh,
Nice.
hard.
I already pre-ordered volume 2. It comes out, I think, in June.
It's an isekai, huh?
Yeah. I guess you can.
Yeah.
That's what I hear.
But this one is
already
in full color. So
Yeah, see?
yeah,
That's
you know. So you know this you know get
That's that gas. A little hard, bro.
Oh, okay. I remembered who I was gonna say.
Cool.
So you know I recently watched No Guns Life.
Yes.
Juzo Inui is a good main character. I like him a lot.
Man, I've heard like mixed reviews about No Guns Life. That's why I hadn't checked
Same
it.
here.
It's Madhouse. Well,
Oh,
it's a joint production, so it's like Madhouse and somebody else.
Mm.
But it's good. It's good. I think there's a scene I think towards the end of the season that they use too much CGI and it stands out too much. But for the most part, like the animation is solid, and I like the whole like kind of Blade Runner-esque setting with the with the like the military organizations and shit. That stuff is fire.
Okay. Everybody, do I do my number one and still pass? I think I might still pass again.
Yeah, I'll make sure I finish my list because I just didn't want anybody saying Sung Jin Woo. You know, I don't. You know, I gotta make sure I throw him in there before one of y'all niggas took him.
You better not take mine again.
Is it Monkey D. Luffy for you?
No, it's not Luffy.
Okay. Okay. Mine is Monkey D. Luffy for sure. For sure. I mean, everybody know the story. Well, not everybody know the story of One Piece, but you know what One Piece is. Mm-hmm. And yeah, Monkey D. Luffy is my number one for sure.
For me, he's also in the big three as well. Of course, my 7th Hokage, Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto was probably MC that I kind of like cherish really close to my heart though. I remember vividly whenever Naruto hit the States, you know, I was around the same age as him. And so it was dope to just kind of grow up with him, you know? And so, I kind of got to like grow up and, you know, watch his journey and stuff like that from, you know, OG Naruto and Shippuden into Shippuden. And, you know, now we're looking at grown up Naruto, you know, and Boruto. But, you know, I just kind of went through a lot, you know, as far as a child, you know, as far as like, you know, just kind of coping with being lonely and stuff like that. And, you know, I was still dealing with my parents' divorce, so, you know, not having one or the other around. And so Naruto was real personal for me just because I was able to just watch him overcome his struggle and never give up and just kind of gain the respect of his peers, you know, as he embarked on his journey to greatness. And so that really did inspire me. And so like Naruto as an MC really stuck with me, you know. And so he's just one of those guys that I can never turn my back on.
I feel that 100. I feel that 100. All right, Alpha, round it off for us, yeah.
Gone.
Okay.
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 Now you know that's different because a lot of people be saying
Yeah.
You know, a
So
lot
I
of people
wanna-
got slander going. You know?
Yo, Pat, I know you've been tweeting lately
No, I was
about.
slandering Killua, bro. I was
You
slandering
been
Killua.
that
Yeah, I
Killua.
know you've
I
been
got that
tweeting
Killua
about
slander.
how Killua, people overhyping him, and so if you want to take this time to unpack it, because my man said gone, and most people be like, nah, Killua was.
Bro, I don't understand what happened where all of a sudden Gone became a bad MC to people, but niggas been saying that. I'm like, bro, what? Like, I don't know. I don't understand it.
Me personally, I like. Oh, I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead.
Nah, the trolling of Killua was the fact that everybody think he's overrated. As a realistic fan, I don't think he could beat up everybody. Yes, he may have his moments where it might seem that way, but he can't.
Mm.
I think Kurapika is a better character, just didn't have enough screen time.
Oh,
And
he got it
they're
in the manga.
doing that for him right now in the manga. So
Yeah, and he getting it. He getting it in the manga, nigga.
You know,
I'm just saying.
I like Killua, you know what I'm saying? But like I do feel like he's overrated. I feel like a lot of people think that Hunter x Hunter can't go on without Killua. That's not the case. A lot of people say that Killua is the best part about Hunter x Hunter. Killua isn't even top 5 best things about Hunter x Hunter.
I feel like they just do that because they want to slander Hunter x Hunter, so they just feel like Killua is the best.
I'll tell you like this, like Killua, a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, like there's this trend where, you know what I'm saying, you see, like a kid character in anime and you love him, you want to take him under your wing, kind of like how I did Deku. So a lot of people do that with Killua and they're very overprotective of him, but I mean, just because he's a dope character, that doesn't mean he's the best written in the series. It doesn't mean he's the strongest.
I can say that.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that he's the strongest in the series either. And that doesn't mean he could beat every other, young shonen man, young shonen boy from every other series, And so a lot of people just put Killua on this pedestal. And, of course, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we're going to be TL terrorists and choose violence every day, then, I got to speak on it. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to my brother in villainy.
Yeah, so, you know what I'm saying? We got to ruffle some feathers, you know what I'm saying? So I talked about it the other day and got the TL riled up. It is what it is, you know what I'm saying?
That's why I reply like, yeah, I don't feel he could beat everybody. I'm a realist.
Right, yeah.
Not everybody who's a fan of their favorite character is going to be a realist. You gotta understand.
Right, not everybody's gonna be a realist. Like I remember, somebody once told me that Killua could beat the Raikage, and I'm talking about A. I'm talking about Darui. I'm talking about A. And I'm like, and then I remember somebody told me that Killua was running through adult Kakashi. And I'm like, copycat Kakashi? Like, all right, okay, whatever.
I don't even see Killua being Julius.
From Black Clover?
Yeah.
Not even close.
Yeah.
No way.
Not even close.
No
so
way.
like that, and that was my biggest gripe, you know what I'm saying? Like people are putting Killua on this pedestal, and I'm like, he's dope, you know what I'm saying? He's a great character, he's a great support character for Gon, he's a wonderful best friend, but he's not what makes the great wheel of Hunter x Hunter turn.
I give him like top 10 side characters. I give him
easy. Yeah. You might even give him top 5, depending on who you're asking. You know what I'm saying? But like he's just been placed on this pedestal undeservingly so.
Yeah. And
understandable.
And Gon get the slander undeservingly so.
Gon definitely gets the slander.
Because I ain't going front. That moment when he went to adult Gon still gives me chills.
I think my favorite moment, that's a lot of people's favorite moment of Hunter x Hunter, but I think their favorite Gon moment, but for me, my favorite one was when Moro put him to the test.
He was about to punch that nigga.
We didn't want to take him with him to the palace. And like he was like, pretend I killed Kite, and Gon just went to that dark place. And I was like, I said, he like that.
Oh, my bad. I was about to kill you, nigga.
Yeah. That's probably my favorite Gon moment right there. Or when he pulled up on P2 and he was like, he pretty much threatening to kill Komogi. I was like, go on, calm down, son. What's your
Nah, that whole arc Gon was a whole different beast.
Yo. I tweeted earlier, I was like, I got a Hunter x Hunter rewatch loading. Definitely got one loading.
It's better every time you watch it too, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
I can't watch the dub though. I can't watch the dub. The dub doesn't do it justice.
No.
The dub, nah.
I do both.
Because that whole Pito moment when
I need to feel that rage. I need to feel that hatred.
Mhm.
I want to
We
hate
about
her
to
too.
flex
I
on
want to
them?
hate her
Nah.
too.
We really, man, I don't know how long we've been recording. We've been recording for a minute, so we're gonna, yeah, we gonna wrap it up. I do have one last question. I guess everybody, between the three of us, have one last question. So we have, I don't know which one I want to ask. Whether I want to ask about DreamCon or the 2-year anniversary coming up.
Both is good. Both is good.
I don't want to steal the questions from everybody else. All right, man.
Go ahead,
you know what?
bro.
I'm sorry, Stephen Alpha. We go close it out on this one, and we'll do last words. So, Pat and Yin, we got DreamCon coming up. We also have the GodPunch 2 anniversary, which actually was supposed to. It's now all in the same month, July,
Yeah,
correct?
it's all in the same month. Yeah.
Yeah, now it's on the same month.
What's the plans? It's looking like it's about to be a busy month for y'all. What y'all got in store?
Man, so
Pat,
Dream,
being passed out.
so
Being passed out,
DreamCon, all of our team is pulling up to Dallas except for one person. He couldn't get his ticket in time, but we trying to, make some shape. But our team is pulling up to DreamCon, and it's crazy when all of us get together. So we already said everybody getting GodPunch shirts. We pulling up on the con like we the Akatsuki. You know what I'm saying? RDC World, they gonna read this material because we're gonna have them hard copies on deck. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get this retweet,
Bruh, if y'all really pull up with GodPunch like robes and whatnot, you know what?
Again, they write that down. Write that down.
Oh my god.
Right
Yo.
there.
Pull up with the
Yo.
GodPunch robe. They get the headband with the fist on it and the we need
my gosh.
So yeah, that's the plan for DreamCon. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna Airbnb. We're probably gonna be kicking, with the other pods, Blend May, Where's Jen, you know what I'm saying? I know they're getting a pretty big Airbnb, so we might pull up and grill over there, just hang with family and shit. For GodPunch Day, you know what I'm saying, 2-year anniversary, July the 3rd. I think the team, they want to get like a venue, you know what I'm saying, kind of like a little small club or whatever, get some music, you know what I'm saying, kind of get a little ratchet or whatever, you know what I'm saying, just to celebrate, us bringing in 2 years of hard work. Ideally, you know what I'm saying, we would like to drop another chapter that day, you know what I'm saying, but, we want to see where the chips fall. But yeah, man, for the 2-year anniversary, we just want to, turn up with the people that's been supporting us, you know what I'm saying, like from day one, new supporters, people who want to get into it, like, we just kind of want to celebrate, man. Like, it's 2 years, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know we talk about, you know what I'm saying, like we can't wait for the future, but it's kind of crazy that, it's really been, 2 years that, we've been working on this project, and we're just so proud of the progress that we made, from the beginning up until now. You know what I'm saying? So we just want to celebrate that, and most importantly, we want to celebrate that with the people that, you know what I'm saying, ride for us. You know what I'm saying? Because we do it for, you know what I'm saying, everybody, all the readers and the supporters. So we just gonna go up, man.
Y'all gonna do that in H?
Yeah, we're gonna do it in H. We're gonna do it where it started, baby.
So you said July 3rd?
July 3rd.
It's just that 4th of July.
Well, damn. So I might not be able to get that weekend off. I might have to pull up the shoot.
So July 2nd is Friday, July 3rd, GodPunch Day is Saturday. July 4th, Independence Day is on that Sunday. So man, we fuck around, you know what I'm saying? We might do something that Saturday, then we might break out them barbecue pits or them crawfish pots, and you know what I'm saying, do something on that Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So we don't do nothing else. We gonna eat and we gonna celebrate. You know.
Boy, let me see how many sick days I have accumulated.
I might have to move my vacation to July instead of June.
Right,
my boy.
Oh man, that. Yo, so any closing remarks from the team and from y'all? One thing I would like y'all to do, Pat and Ian, I don't know if it's in the contract, but I would definitely love for you to drop the handles for the other members of your team. I want people to realize that you got you. It's not just you two.
Right? Yeah.
You guys got a whole squad that needs to get some love and recognition. So, any last words for anybody?
I'll be waiting for my third copy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh yeah. Before you got here, Pat and Yenna mentioned that they're gonna be mailing them Jones out this week, so expect it within the next 2 weeks for sure.
I gotta request mine first, though.
Yeah.
I forgot. I haven't been on the time like that to catch it, so
Just head to the website and hit the order. Go to the website, fill out the order form. You know what I'm saying? To shoot the bread. We got some extras. You know what I'm saying? We'll send that out. So I got you and Steve.
What?
As well.
Yes, sir.
Fair enough. I'll definitely do that right after this.
But as far as everybody's social media handles, follow me. You know what I'm saying? On Twitter at Gumbo Goon. You can follow one of my editors, Ken, aka Matt Cannon, MacKannon. You can follow our marketing man, Evan, at Cold Hearted, CO1D_Hearted. You can follow my creative assistant, Gino, Gigolo Gino. That guy's hilarious. You can follow, I got Big Desmond. Shout out to the Two Black Nerds podcast. He's our photographer and videographer, Just Desmundo, JUSTDESMUDO. And you can follow Duke. He's another editor at Duke the Grio, DUKETHEGRIO. And Big Yen gonna give you his handle, so I ain't gonna even say it.
Yeah, it's Yen_designs, and that's the Twitter, and then the Instagram is KokujinKreates, KOKUJIN creates, but with a K. So yeah.
You know me. You can find me on Twitter at Prince_ALAWAL. On Instagram, Naija NAIJA.USA_made. Yeah, those mine. You can find me on TikTok too. I'm not as active on TikTok. I'm trying. It's the same as my Instagram handle. You know me, I'm a co-host on Inside the Mind of a Blerd. I also have my own podcast, also an A podcast. And you know, I'm excited. You know, really loved having y'all here. Thank you, Steve, for giving me this opportunity to lead this segment. And you know how we do.
Sir.
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter, AYE_3YE. Follow the YouTube channel, AyeAlphaYT. Make sure y'all definitely follow the podcast YouTube channel, Inside the Mind of a Blerd. Tomorrow we got that 420 episode dropping.
Oh, we dropping that on the YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Pat. Yeah, we was.
Yeah, zoomed it.
Ooh, boy, yo, the look Cam gave me at some point, because I had just ran from work straight home. I was like, boy, I need to hop on this. I had a tough day of work. Let me hop on this recording, so I had to play catch up.
Huh?
Boy, the look Cam gave me when I was talking. Oh my gosh.
Shit, Cam was blasted.
Yeah, that was all out of there. I was chilling though, you know. I don't do that stuff. I was drinking, but
It's all right.
If it's one thing Steve gonna do is drink.
He is gonna drink.
Yeah.
every time. Follow me on social media. Get me slandered. Scuba Steve 1428 on everything. If you want to play the fucking Xbox or PlayStation and shit, it's the same on there too. We can play some For Honor or something like that. I'll whoop your ass. But yeah, that's my handle. I think I just cut Alpha off. You was about to say something else, bro?
No, I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Oh, okay.
I'm about to pull out real quick. You know, I'm tired. Guys, you came home for work.
Oh, yeah, it's almost midnight for you.
Oh yeah, East Coast.
Yeah.
Yep.
Me, my night just started, yo. 8 p.m. is when I come alive.
Oh yeah, you Gucci then.
Yeah, I'm good.
That means you got time. I don't know if you caught up on the One Punch Man manga, but 144 just dropped.
Oh, okay.
Like
I gotta
literally as we were recording, I got the
We
notification.
can get on that.
Say less.
And it's not a little baby chapter like 143.
Yeah, 143 was too short.
It was like 12 pages.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell is this? It confused me. But Yeah, y'all know what it is. Y'all follow us on social media inside the mind of a Blerd pod. Wait, Scuba, did I let you finish saying your handle? Did you?
Yes.
I did.
Oh, okay. You know, my fault.
Oh yeah, and also check out my Nakamix.
Oh yeah, bet. My Naka Mixer is an extension of Inside the Mind of a Blerd. That's where we really get into an anime manga talk. It'll drop midnight Friday morning every week. Shout out to the homie Black Hole Player for joining the team. And you already know where to find us on social media. Instagram, Twitter is the same thing. The inside, you know what, Steve? I'll be forgetting the handle.
Blerd Mind Pod.
Yeah, there we go.
Inside the Mind of a Blerd was too long to put on Twitter. They wouldn't let me.
Yeah.
So it's just the Blerd Mind Pod.
For Instagram and Twitter.
Yes, sir.
We got the merch store.
Linktree.
Yeah, go to our Linktree, yo. It's in our bio on both our social medias. Like, we'll retweet that.
linktr.ee. Yo, Tire Bro / Hit Mob. You know, there you go.
Yeah, I feel you. So y'all know what it is. Another episode of Inside the Bottom of Blerd. Thank you again to the co-creators of Team GodPunch, you know, for coming on, letting us chat. It was so much fun. Had a bunch of laughs. Definitely learned a lot.
You need to be on it.
Yeah, don't get left by the wayside, please. Don't. You know, you saw two of us with shirts. You know, we got one with 2 copies already. The rest of the team about to have the. Don't get left behind.
I didn't even show y'all this shirt, but this shirt just came out.
Oh yeah,
it came in.
Yeah,
I'm just waiting for the glove.
It's not.
You got the exclusive.
So
for that glove.
It's done. Like it looks good, but the color's a little bit off. I had to send the printing team at Teespring a message because it's supposed to be a little more like a light purple, and it's got too much blue in it, but it still look good. Like
it do.
Oh, I like that.
Hey, let the people know where that come from though. What series that be you repping right now?
Oh, that's that. This is that Blade Titans. This is a Mecca. They may call it the fodder Mecca, but I mean it still look cool, right? It's a Tengu fighter. You know, it's based on a heavenly dog unit. It's based on the Tengu mythology in Japan. So
y'all definitely head on that. We'll have all descriptions in the bio when the video releases on YouTube, and definitely on the audio version when it releases. The audio version will be coming out this Wednesday or today when you're hearing it. Happy Wednesday, y'all. Happy post 420. Actually, no, it's dropping next week since we got the 420 episode dropping tomorrow. So this video will be dropping next week, aka today, whatever day you hear this. And yo, without further ado, we out.
Deuces. I want that glove.